So we're live.
Okay, cool.
Welcome. Yeah.
Thank you.
And how did you get in the room? That's usually how I started. It's like I was talking to David Saltzman. He came on the podcast.
Yeah.
And then he reached back out to me and he said, "Hey, man, I think I might know somebody that would have a cool conversation with you. Her name's Ginger. She's involved with the food rescue kitchen." So that's kind of the first question is who are you? And yeah, what are you here to talk about today?
So David's my biggest cheerleader,
Shout
by the
out.
way. Yeah.
Love David. Yeah.
So, and I heard his podcast, and I thought he did a really good job. So I was pretty excited for him. And then we started talking about it. I'm like, okay, well, I can do this, I think.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm just here to promote the 740 Rescue Kitchen and talk about how important it is to feed our neighbors.
Yeah.
It is so important. Food is so expensive, and you would be surprised at who has food insecurity. People you work with, people you see at church, people you see at Kroger, it's everybody.
Mm-hmm.
Unless you're extremely wealthy, there is some sort of food insecurity wherever you go. I was just talking to a friend of mine today who makes $50,000 a year and is struggling to feed their children.
Yeah.
It's a big deal. It's a really big deal. So I'm just going to jump in and tell you exactly what we do.
Absolutely.
Okay. So let me tell you how it started.
Yeah, that'd be great.
Okay. So the Joe Burrow Foundation, as you know, Joe Burrow, you probably went to school with him.
Yeah.
His parents, Robin and Jimmy, are directors of the Joe Burrow Foundation, and their main goal is food insecurity and feeding people. And they go all over doing this. So it started, I believe, they started working in Cincinnati and discovered this food rescue kitchen called La Soup. Started working with them. And what a rescue kitchen does is it rescues food that would normally end up in the landfill.
Mm-hmm.
And I know it sounds like you're rescuing crap food, but you're not. There's so much food that has gone to waste, and I'll tell you about that in a second. But Robin and Jimmy started talking to La Soup. It's a big, huge operation, several $1 million budget. It's in the heart of Cincinnati. And they feed a lot of people, like
Nice.
1 million people a year. They
That's
feed
awesome.
a ridiculous amount of people. I should probably get my facts straight because it's probably not 1 million, but it is something like that.
They make a good impact over there.
They make a real impact. It's
That's what's
crazy. So they talked to them about how could we do this in our neck of the woods in Southeast Ohio. So they came into an agreement and started working with Job and Family Services. They got this grant, which is where we came from, and to do 10 county radius where we are. So La Soup started delivering to our schools here all around the Athens area.
Wow.
They deliver monthly to Athens, Meigs, Hocking, Ross, Gallia, all these, Washington, all these surrounding school districts. School districts know of all the families who are in need because they have children already earmarked for snack boxes, food boxes to go home every weekend.
Yeah.
So they just deliver the food, the schools distribute it. Easy peasy. So through this Job and Family Services grant with La Soup, they decided to design a program to train and get other people involved in food rescue and start these other food rescue organizations around the entire state of Ohio. So Robin and Jimmy were looking for a place to just have a kitchen, and they contacted Hocking College. They said, "Do you have extra kitchen space in your culinary area?" They just happened to have a vacant, the old fermentation lab at the lodge at Hocking College. They said, "We will donate that space," which was hugely generous. It's a nice kitchen.
So who's starting those conversations, and who's making that ask, and who's procuring the thing?
Robin and Jimmy.
That's awesome.
Robin and Jimmy
Wow.
Burrow. When they speak, people listen.
Yeah, that's
They
fucking awesome.
Just do. I love working with them. When I need something, we run it by each other. We'll have a phone conversation or text. I talk to Robin often, and she'll say, "Let me think about that for a second." And then, boom, I get a text or I get an email with a bunch of people on it, and they make stuff happen. And people, and really, the Joe Burrow Foundation has got a huge reach, huge reach. And a lot of people are familiar with that, are either fans of football, fans of Joe Burrow, whatever they are. There's people in every genre out there that want to help, want to contribute, want to donate, do charitable contributions. It's amazing how many generous people have come out of the woodwork to help us.
Yeah.
So Hocking College hired me. I saw the ad come in. I didn't need a job at the time. I was a business owner. And I saw the ad for Rescue Kitchen Coordinator, and I said, Ginger, you don't need this. You have too much on your plate. You don't need to do this. And I slept on it, and I woke up, I'm like, I'm applying for this job. I know Hocking College. I used to work there. I used to be the director of grants, and left several years ago. And so I applied, and I actually contacted Dr. Young and said, I'm applying for this job. I just want to.
Who's Dr. Young? Is that somebody at Hocking?
She's the president.
Yeah, okay.
The president of Hocking College. First, I asked her if I was on a no hire list, no rehire list, because I did leave, and you never know. And she said, no, good luck. So really, a few weeks later, they hired me.
Awesome.
I had an interview, and they hired me.
So what did you expect that the job was like during this time?
So I knew from the ad, that it was basically running the rescue kitchen. And I just wanted to do it so badly because it's right up my alley of all the things I like to do personally. And I have dipped my toe in a million different areas in Southeast Ohio, helping different communities and different demographics in need.
Yeah.
So it just is where my heart and soul lies, and I gravitate towards it. But I've never done it as an actual job and employment. So, and Hocking College has been great to me. They had the resources, and so I jumped in, and I really wanted to be the person who did it and did it right.
I'm sorry,
for
how
Southeast
long
Ohio.
ago was this when you were starting with them?
They hired me the end of January.
Okay.
So first week of February is when I started,
Wow.
and I hit the ground running hard. And so we had a blank slate. The kitchen was a blank slate. It was an empty room, basically, with a hood, like over the stove
vent?
hood,
Yeah.
and a cooler. And a sink. That's it.
Yeah.
Everything else had been taken out. So we had to do a lot of cleaning. The refrigerator was still filled with fermentation products. And so we eventually got that out. I needed a executive chef, and I knew immediately who I was going to hire for that. But it was slow moving at first, and I just pushed and pushed and pushed as hard as I could. They really didn't think we were going to go into production until July 1. And I had a goal, no, we're going to go into production by the end of March.
And you started in February?
I started in February with nothing. So luckily, the connections that we had with the Burrow Foundation were incredible. The Wasserstrom Company decided to donate all of our kitchen equipment.
Wow. Wasserstrom, who's that?
It's a restaurant equipment company.
I see. Okay.
They donated just about everything I needed. Le
Wicked.
Soup out of Cincinnati also donated some older equipment that
Awesome.
they had in storage for a year. So we didn't buy any equipment. We got the most beautiful brand new stoves. We got a steam kettle and a convection oven and this huge 42-inch long, actually I don't know if that's quite right, but it's like 10 feet long, stainless steel table. We got everything we needed. And then with some funding that the Burrow Foundation helped us with as well, we were able to buy all the other things that we needed, like packaging equipment and stuff like that. So I had previously worked for the Fur Peace Ranch years ago, and we had a chef down there, Justin Berry, who was the best chef we had down there. And I knew he wasn't working there any longer because it didn't exist. And I just called him and said, are you looking for a job? And he said, always. And I hired him. It took him a little while to get in, like 6 weeks to get started. But he started like the second week of April, and we received a donation that very next week he was cooking. And it was incredible. We were still getting things into the kitchen. Like, we didn't have much. He was on this tiny little 3x3 table, cutting onions and peppers and things. But
So you get the equipment from the company, you get a little bit from LaSalle. What about, where are you sourcing this food immediately, like back in April?
So I just immediately started contacting places. Food manufacturers, okay, in Jackson County, there is Bellisio Food Manufacturer, General Mills. There's a lot of food manufacturers down there. So I contacted them. I contacted grocery stores, restaurants, food banks.
Wow.
Southeast Ohio Food Bank is a partner of ours. I have lots of partners now. My whole plan was to be a part of the network that's already doing the same work, not to be separate and taking other people's donations. I just wanted in with the cool crowd of people that are doing the same work.
Yeah.
And I knew that if we partnered, we could share donations because check out this statistic. 40% of all food goes to waste, ends up in the landfill. 40%, if you think about what's in your refrigerator, and you take almost half of that throw it in the trash. 40% of all food. 2% of that 40% gets rescued.
It's like a big margin of improvement there. Yeah.
Oh my God, it's crazy. When I heard that statistic, I'm like, I'll go door to door and find out what's left over in somebody's refrigerator that they're about to chuck.
Yeah.
Bananas that are a little brown, some people throw out. Grocery stores, every morning they go through their produce.
Mm-hmm. They have like the 99-cent thing, or like Kroger's got they put it in the bags, and that's how you know it's
they
like
do,
the discounted.
And sometimes you'll see things with, if a pepper has a ding in it, they'll take it off the shelf. If nobody buys it, it goes to compost. So there's so much waste. Restaurants have to throw things away at the end of the night. They can't repurpose them because of the food safety standards. If it's already been cooked, you can't heat it up again the next day and serve it as the same thing. So there's just a lot of waste. So I just started knocking on doors, calling people, and getting donations. Bellisio Food, we get about 1,500 pounds of protein from them a week.
So when you say General Mills, I can attach that somewhere. Bellisio.
So Bellisio Food is similar to General Mills. They you ever see those little frozen dinners, Michelinis or Michelinos or something? Frozen dinners that you see in the grocery store. They make a lot of those, distribute them out to grocery stores and other places. So, but they do huge amount of production. So we'll get meatloaf. So if it's on the line and they're creating these big things of Salisbury steak and meatloaf, they always cut off the ends, and the ends go in a bucket and go to the landfill. Well, we had conversations with them before I ever came up, so La Soup started this conversation with them. Why don't you just put a bucket down there and save all those ends, and we'll take them? That's what happened. 1,500 pounds a week of stuff that was normally going into the landfill.
Yeah, man.
Right? That's just one thing. There's tomato paste. They squeeze these tomato pastes out of these huge bags, and what's left in the bag is about 100 pounds of tomato paste that normally gets thrown away. So we're rescuing that. There's lots of things like that.
So
we're rescuing.
As much as you can rescue, and then you're just kind of like what about the rest of the things? So you're getting these Salisbury steak ends, you're getting this. How do you take from that kind of big bulk into a meal? Is it you kind of come up with an idea of what to use?
That's the chef's problem.
Yeah.
So Justin Berry is a genius in the kitchen. So we give him, here, you've got all of this. Best of luck, And
Wow.
but we do get produce. So, for instance, the Nelsonville Food Cupboard, they get donations in, and a lot of it just doesn't look great, or they can't give out to families things that look like they're already past their sell-by date or something like that. So they have had these boxes and boxes of produce that doesn't look that great, but still very good quality food. Like I said, it would be like a piece of a pepper or an apple.
Cut out that little quarter.
That's right, and that's what we do. We cut things out. There's also companies that will have a special order of something, and then who they sell it to will change their mind. But it's special ordered, so nobody else can use it. It was a different spice than they usually use. So we're getting large quantities of things like that were specially ordered, made, and then can't be sold in their regular market. So we get plenty of produce. There's some farmers who have donated beef bones to us. So
awesome.
We've made broth. There's farmers. I've gone to the farmers market. So Laurel Valley Creamery, they've donated cheese. Mosho Farms has donated beef bones. Blaney Foods has donated pounds and pounds of carrots and things like that. There are some things that people don't donate, and we have had to go out and buy them.
Like what?
flour, salt, spices, things
Yeah,
like
yeah,
that.
yeah.
We also have to purchase our packaging equipment because we started by making soups. Those are the easiest things to make with all this stuff
Yeah,
that we're gonna making up soup recipes, and now we're making meals and soups, meals for 4 people, single meals, meals for like a casserole type thing. Yeah, there's, there's, in a typical meal, there's some sort of protein, whether it's chicken, Salisbury steak, meatloaf, and then we put gravy, mashed potatoes. We do get a lot of potatoes in.
Yeah.
And so fresh mashed potatoes and a vegetable. That gets packaged and we freeze it, put it in the freezer, and then we deliver it out to wherever the need is. So I have school districts right now that are doing summer giveaway programs, and so I think there's about 400, 500 servings being delivered to the Meg School District weekly for their
That's not
donation
nothing,
program.
man.
No.
500 meals. I mean, even on the small end of that, damn.
So we've rescued about 14,000 pounds of food so far. Most of that is just the month of June because we rescued 500 pounds in May, 200 pounds in April. We just started in April, basically. And we've so far put out a little over 17,000 meals.
That's crazy. So what are your constraints right now? Like, what's stopping you from tripling that number?
Well, that's a great question. We're still in that one kitchen, that small space. We have been put into a bigger opportunity through Hocking College to take over some extra space in the culinary area at the lodge. So that's going to help us tremendously.
Nice.
And then we can have more people in.
Yeah.
So
Is it just the chef, or is there like a student helping them or something?
myself and the chef are the only paid employees.
Okay.
So we have several volunteers that come in on a regular basis. We have we partnered with HapCap and Future Plans. They have employment subsidized
Yeah,
programs
yeah.
where they pay the employee,
Yep.
and we're the job site. So we have 4 or 5 people working in our kitchen now,
Awesome.
and it's fantastic.
Yeah.
I've been doing all the driving, so we ended up with thanks to Robin and Jimmy Burrow, they found a grant for us for $350,000 that bought us a refrigeration van, this beautiful
Nice.
new Mercedes refrigeration van. We just got a box truck, this massive box truck, refrigeration delivered today, which I'm very excited about. And we're getting a brand new freezer, a bigger freezer, because we have a rental freezer now that's 10 by 20 and it's packed.
Yeah.
Nothing else can fit in there. So we're getting a big 15 by 30 freezer, which I'm
I'm
very
excited.
excited about.
Yeah.
No, I get emotional when I talk about the freezer because it's huge, and that's going to help us produce more
Yeah.
and get more and take in more donations. Like Belicio could give us 4 pallets instead of 2 pallets.
That's crazy. And now you kind of have the
Now
opportunity
we
to
can
expand
because
that.
we have the
Yeah.
box truck
Yeah.
that can hold 10,000 pounds, and
But then who's driving this box truck? You know,
not I. We got it delivered today, and I'm like, there's no way I'm not getting that thing.
or just like
So-
the insurance on it. You do it like all this stuff is so expensive.
Well, here's the perk about and the insane benefit we get to being a part of Hocking College, because it is a 740 rescue kitchen at Hocking College. They've not only given us the space to work in, but we have no overhead, no rent,
Yeah.
and our fleet vehicle, our vehicles are part of the Hocking College fleet vehicles. Insurance, registration, all of that.
So now you're bleeding out all that donation money to just
Well,
literal operations.
We do contribute some
Yeah,
to
okay.
that. There is a portion that we contribute, but
Reasonably so, yeah.
If we were to be separate in our own 501c3, I don't know if we could afford to do what we're doing.
Yeah, I see
So, but the resources at Hocking have been incredible
Yeah,
to
that's
us.
awesome. That's
Incredible,
awesome
and we
to hear.
love working with their team over at the lodge. They have a culinary team, so we help each other a lot. Doing all sorts of things. So we have students coming and going, we have volunteers coming and going, and we have a nice little staff that we have.
Yeah. It's like kind of new. It's ramping up. Like, oh, shit.
Here, I got you a hat.
Oh, sick. Hell yeah. Rep that, baby. I do like this.
It's a good hat.
Yeah. Perfect. Switch it out.
Nice.
How about it? All right. Food Rescue Kitchen. So it's a newer Newer thing. Just started in January. Just started producing a couple months ago. It's like, I mean, what are your immediate challenges? Like, I mean, is it like more volunteers? If you just get more money and more volunteers, like you're off to the races?
Yeah, there you go.
Like,
more money, more volunteers.
Yeah,
So one
a
of the
lot
things,
easier said than done.
So I've been doing all the driving, all the picking up of things, and I'm helping unload. And this last week I fell out of the van and hurt my leg really bad. And I thought, okay, Ginger, you can't do all of this. I have to run the show, the big picture of it. The administrative side I have to run. I have to do fundraisers and keep track of all the grants and oversee the staff and all the logistics that has to do with running a business. So I am now looking for a logistics coordinator to drive, to unload, to work with volunteers. That would take a huge load off me because I'm just getting too old to do all of that stuff.
Which is like, and bandwidth, you know what I mean? Everybody's got a limit, like of things that they could do in a day. You know?
It's a lot. I can do it, but I'm better suited for trying to find donors and raise money and find sponsors for fundraisers and things like that.
So is this a volunteer position you're looking for? Like, how could somebody that's like, oh, you know what, I have some experience driving bigger vehicles, or, you know, maybe I'm a younger guy that has like the physical capabilities to help unload with some of this stuff. Like, how could people find out?
I would love to have
volunteer?
more volunteers.
Yeah.
If we had a volunteer to do that driving once a week, that would be great.
So it is pretty scheduled, like
every Thursday, where it's a full day of driving and unloading. We do have a big Wednesday delivery in a couple counties, but come the end of summer when school starts, we're going to be delivering to every school district in 10 county radius over a 3-day period.
Wow, yeah.
And we'll be picking up more donations. So it'll be probably a 30-hour position, maybe full-time by the fall.
Wow.
So I'm going to have to hire somebody. We could use volunteers in the meantime. I would love to know if there's somebody who has experience driving that ridiculously big.
Well, I'm thinking
box
like
truck.
a bus driver. A bus driver is like, you know, this guy, I mean, it's probably longer even than the box truck is normally, and they're not doing anything over the summers. Maybe they have a part-time job that they do, or, I mean, like, there's still school sports events every once in a while, but, like, I would just assume that most of those people are, you know, maybe have some time. I don't know. That was an idea.
Yeah. It's one of those things I haven't sought out until today. I wrote a job description.
Yeah, perfect.
I wrote it was the fall off the back of the van that got me to write a job description. So we're looking. Yes, we always need more volunteers to come in and help with production. But it would be great to have a volunteer I have one volunteer who. You have to be background checked to drive our vehicles. So I did a background check on one volunteer. He can do it every other week, which is fantastic. I'm so grateful. But I think I just need to hire somebody.
So so somebody hears it on this podcast and they're like, damn, I would like to volunteer. Is there a website that they go? Is there social media? How does somebody get connected to you to be like, hey, I have some time and I want to volunteer?
Yeah, so it would be by calling me, 740-753-6315, or emailing me at rescuekitchen@hocking.edu.
Perfect.
And we do have a website. It's hocking.edu/rescuekitchen.
Perfect.
We're also on social media. You can just look up 740 Rescue Kitchen. But yeah, you can call me.
Yeah.
And the phone number actually rings to my cell phone, so
Cool.
I'll answer it. Please not after 8 p.m., but I do answer it all the time. Yeah, we're just moving along, growing every single day,
awesome.
Trying to figure things out a little bit at a time. But this month was huge for us, putting out that many meals and taking in that many donations. We're partnering with food banks. The Athens Food Rescue, it's not the Rescue Kitchen, but Athens Food Rescue is I will shout out to them. They're a 501c3 volunteer-run organization. They get those donations. Someone calls them, they have a donation. They take it and bring it immediately to somebody in need.
That's awesome.
So we've been just on their route of people that we can give soups and meals and things to. We got this huge donation of pizza rolls, like 2 pallets of pizza rolls, which was about almost 4,000 pounds of pizza rolls.
Oh, is that from General Mills?
Dude, it was incredible. It was from Belicio.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I've never seen that many pizza rolls in my life.
That is a couple.
But people love them.
Yeah.
The kids love them this time of year.
Yeah, of
so Athens Food Rescue was a recipient of a lot of those. The Foster Hub, which Michelle Mays runs Foster Hub. It's a really incredible organization. If you haven't heard about it, she's out of Hocking County, And what she does is support kids that have aged out of the foster system, helps them get jobs, some of them are enrolled at Hocking College, living in the dorm,
Awesome.
helps them find places to live. I've been feeding her kids weekly. And the food bank, Southeast Ohio Food Bank, has been hugely supportive. We get to use some of their freezer space, and I'm splitting the load with them. If I get 2 pallets, I bring one to them because we can't fit it all. So
And where are they at logistically?
they're in Hocking County, and they serve
okay.
the same counties that we do.
Okay.
These 10 county radius, and we'll give them 750 pounds of Salisbury steak, and that's going right towards their Meals on Wheels program. So it all comes around. It's this give and take. It costs nobody any money, really, but we're accepting donations, turning it into food, feeding people, and it just keeps going around and around. And it's just, honest to God, this is the best feeling ever to have this job and know that everything I do, no matter what it is, I'm doing it to serve people in the community that I love. I'm not even from here. I'm from the East Coast originally.
How'd you get here to Athens?
Oh, that's another podcast.
Okay, perfect. That's
I
fun.
came here, I was in the music business, and I gravitated out here 34 years ago.
Wow.
And I fell in love with Southeast Ohio, and I never went home.
Yeah, I love that.
And this is my home. And the community that I really like serving here, there's nothing like Appalachia. Nothing. In the whole United States, there's nothing like this community here. Are you from here?
I was born in California, but I moved here at 2 years old. That's all I consciously know. I claim it. Yeah, for sure. I'm an Athens kid.
Yeah. And there's something about this area. I don't know what it is. I think there's magic in these hills.
Yeah.
And the community, the tight-knit community, the eye contact you get, the hand waves when you're driving on a country road, that stuff doesn't happen back east.
Yeah.
There's something very warm feeling about this area, and I'm more than happy to stay here for the rest of my life and help the community as best I can.
Yeah. Why is that so important to you? You've mentioned a few times that it's very passionate, or that you're very passionate about giving back to these other people. And I mean, it just really is. Like, you can't not listen to this and just be like, oh, this is fucking incredible. Like, you're literally pulling food out of the ether. It's like shit that was going nowhere. And then not only are you repurposing that food, but probably to the most like important group to get it. Like, goddamn, do you take it for granted when you're not somebody that has food insecurity? Like, it's just so easy to like kind of pull yourself out of and just forget about like how good you have it.
It's privilege.
Yeah,
right?
It sure is.
I mean, I've been on both sides.
Mm-hmm.
The last year I have not looked at prices when I go shopping. There have been decades in my life where I had to count my pennies.
Yeah.
When I was raising a child by myself, I had to really watch how I spent every dime I had. And food is really expensive. It's more expensive now than it was 20 years ago when I had a toddler. And I know the feeling of going, oh shit, what am I going to feed my kid tonight? I've got a can of green beans in the refrigerator and one piece of ham left. What am I going to do? And having like $3 in the bank account.
Yeah.
I've been there. And luckily my son had no idea that we were challenged, food challenged, financially challenged. I didn't let on, but I think I would just really go to a place where I had to take care of my child. So whatever that magic is, I was able to put food on the table every night for him, and he wasn't the wiser.
Yeah.
He didn't know.
So that's why it's important to you, because you're helping the people that...
I've been the demographic that I'm helping.
Yeah.
I've been there many times in my life. In my teens, there's a long story, but I left home when I was 14, and so it's been a long road.
Yeah.
So there was a lot of suffering, a lot of sacrificing. I did put myself back in college. I got a master's degree. But early on, there was many years of struggling, and I get it.
Yeah.
It's like you treat a waitress nice if you've been a waitress before,
Yeah,
right?
Heard that. Yeah.
I know what it's like to be everybody.
Yeah.
in a weird way to say that, because I have money saved now. And if I want something, typically I can get it. I'm kind of cheap, but typically I can get what I want. I can go to Kroger and not think about it. But it hasn't always been that way.
Yeah.
So I can relate to a single mom, and just no kid should ever go to sleep hungry.
Yeah.
There's no reason for that. So if there's somebody out there that is not receiving our food within a school system or through Athens Food Rescue or whatever venue, or handing out food, they can always call me. They can come by and I will bring out a week's worth of food for them.
Yeah.
That is not a problem. That is an easy fix right there. So that number is really important.
Yeah.
I don't know if you can list it.
I'll make it. Yeah, make sure it's in the
Yeah.
description, the socials, the website, all of it. Yeah.
Yeah. Just call me. I'll meet you out in the parking lot and bring you what you need. No questions asked. There's no income eligibility requirements or anything like that. Nothing. You say you're hungry, I will get you some food.
Yeah.
We've got tons of it. And I will add that these are restaurant quality meals too. It's not crap.
Yeah.
I got one of the best chefs around, and he makes stuff, and my eyes roll in the back of my head. It's really delicious food. So, yeah, sometimes the thing about, we're the only rural rescue kitchen in Ohio too. So a lot of times when people in need are getting food boxes and things like that at different food giveaways, they're getting the basics. They're getting peanut butter and milk and bread and canned goods and things like that, which is fine. There are some people who don't have stoves. Some people only have a microwave. Some people may be hurting with a refrigerator, whatever it is, or might not have the means to actually cook a meal, right? So we have these prepared meals already. They're easy to cook. They're either microwave or stovetop, but it's easy. It's already made, and it's free, and it's fresh. It hasn't been sitting in a freezer for 6 months either. So you have to come to the rescue kitchen and check out what we do. Better yet, you can come volunteer on one of our production days so you see how it's all put together. It's pretty cool how it works, and it's awesome seeing this little production line of 4 or 5 young people putting together food and then stacking it up, getting it in the freezer, knowing it's going out the very next day. There's something really sweet and wonderful about it. It's really, I can't even tell you how good it feels to work here and do this. There's no downside to it.
Yeah.
Zero downside.
Yeah.
I can help with this.
Yeah.
This one thing I can help with. Yeah.
It's beautiful. And it's so awesome to hear. Like, I mean, I don't even know how to put a number on it. Probably 10 or 15 different organizations that you mentioned that you're working alongside or have supported a portion of the story or whatever. Like, it's just, it's incredible to see a group of people collaborating to something, again, that is beyond any individual. You know, like, that's what Athens is. That's what I just defined a community, you know, whatever. But God, like, words just do such a bad job describing it. Like, it's a lived experience. Like, it's,
you gotta come and see what it's like out here. You gotta visit the rescue kitchen, volunteer at the food bank or the Nelsonville food cupboard. Have you ever seen that place?
No, I'm not.
It's unbelievable. It's at Mary Hill in Nelsonville. It's the old hospital up there on the hill in town. This place is incredible. You go in, you're like, holy God, look at all the food, and they're handing stuff out. They've got this beautiful conveyor belt, and it's all volunteer run. These places are all volunteer run. Yeah, it's just incredible. What I would really like to do, and I can't do it alone because it does take a village and a whole network of people, like-minded people, is to have a conference every year, a Southeast Ohio conference on all of these companies that we are networking with, so we can have bigger, like a think tank, bigger solutions to this issue. I mean, we can feed people all day long, but this is not the root issue, right? Food prices need to go down. I don't know how that's going to work, but I don't foresee them going down. Just look at egg prices, milk, dairy, farmers. I get everyone needs to make money, but
Isn't that kind of the problem? That's why prices, because there's 17 pieces down the chain for one little pack of gum. You know what I mean? Like, it's like everybody's taking profit, and that's I don't know.
Well,
I get it too.
And wages don't go up as fast as food prices go up. So that's why making $50,000 a year isn't cutting it. And you think it would, but it doesn't. You've got mortgage and your overhead and your electric bill and your kids have things. There's things. Life costs money.
Yeah.
Luckily, we're not paying for air quite yet, but.
Yeah. So you mentioned production days. Those are scheduled days. Like, do you already kind of have consistently volunteers for that, or like that seems like it's a pretty like you said every Thursday?
Thursdays are we pick up donations on Thursdays, but we get donations all week long from other people who say, "Hey, I have this," and just drop by things. Our big donations from the food manufacturers come on Thursdays.
Gotcha.
Our production days are typically Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday.
Okay.
So the other days are prepping. So the chef is actually prepping things on Monday, but he's also cooking Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. But everything that he's prepping, the team of employees are putting it all together and getting it out and into the freezer. So everything gets measured and weighed. So everything has protein, vegetable, and what's the other thing? Protein, vegetable,
carbohydrate,
like
fat,
grains or something like that.
Grain. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, everything. And so our chef is also making sourdough bread every single day. So we're trying to get all those things out in every meal. So it's not just here's a sandwich. You know what I mean? It's not just protein or just a vegetable. It's a little bit of everything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So this is such a wonderful thing, and I mean, I don't know how I haven't heard of it. Maybe it's kind of new.
We're super new. That's why.
Yeah, I mean, this is incredible. I hope that people get excited hearing about this. I'm excited. I think you're doing something incredible. Yeah.
I'm grateful. I'm so grateful to be doing this, and I think that if more people could see what we're doing and experience it, come in and taste the food, see what we're packaging. Come for a drive with us while we pick up something in, some big load in Jackson, just to experience it. You don't know if it's not in front of you. And you don't know what you don't know also, right? If you are surrounded by people of privilege all the time and you have a really wonderful job, or you're lucky enough not to work because you just have money, I don't know who that is, but but unless you see it in person, you have no idea. So, yeah, it's everywhere.
Yeah.
It really is everywhere.
That conference thing that you mentioned, like you said, it would be cool to get people to like gather for like a conference or something. All the people that are kind of involved in this LaSalle Soup Kitchen, the people that are donating, like what barriers are in the way for that? Is it just like securing a venue and getting people to like commit to it, or like just organization?
Yes, it's organizing it, and I have a lot of lofty goals, and I'll try to do something by myself. I learned a long time ago I can't do everything. I can't do everything by myself.
It'd be unreasonable if you to think that you could.
And there's so many smart people out there. That I work with a lot of women. And there's a group of women that I work with, and all of these different organizations are a powerful group of women. And on our own, we can only do so much. Together, we could change the world. That's how I feel. And we could make huge impact in Southeast Ohio.
I believe that. Yeah.
A 10-county radius here in this rural area is like the size of New Jersey. It's huge. Mm-hmm. And there's people that want to help, and the women and the volunteers that are already helping are that's who I need. Those are the people that I need to work with. Those are the people I want to be around. I can't think of everything. There's some great networking and ideas to be had. I would love just to get a virtual coffee date together with this larger group of people, and get a conference together and make an impact and have sponsors and donors and have it be a huge fundraiser and whatever it could be. It's limitless. And have it be this for Southeast Ohio. Because there is a cure for hunger. I definitely, there's multi-billionaires out there and they haven't figured it out, or maybe they have and they just don't want to spend their money. I'm not sure,
yeah.
but we should be able to figure it out. It's like a life goal. We should be able to figure that out. I can't hardly stand the thought of a child being hungry.
For sure, yeah.
That's not okay.
It's like we could maybe, well, I don't know, man, we do, we are so proud of like all of our innovation and the standard of living, quality of life, like how much better it was, 40 years ago. But it sucks that there are still people that aren't taken care of, like that hurts. And for sure, maybe they're forgotten about a little bit. But it's incredible to know that there are people like you that are fighting or advocating, I guess, maybe on their behalf.
There's a lot more people out there advocating, but we need people to hear what we're doing, listen, and know how important it is. If you've got deep pockets, come to our fundraiser. We're having our next fundraiser. I'm doing quarterly dinners.
Cool.
So there'll be sponsored dinners where it's not rescued food, if anyone's worried about that or anything. But if it was rescued food, you wouldn't know it because it's really good food. But it's going to be, a chef-created dinner fundraiser.
Are this happening at Hocking?
Yes, at the Hocking College Lodge on August 29th.
Cool.
I know that's Labor Day weekend, but it's the only date that would work for us. So
Yeah.
we're going to do it quarterly. We'll do another one the first week of December. We do a big fundraiser in April.
Okay.
So we had like 300 people show up at our fundraiser in April. The governor was there. He was a huge supporter of us.
Do it after the 15th, and maybe some of those refunds have already hit. Get some of that tax money.
Oh, you're right. It was August 11th. That was our fundraiser.
April 11th?
Yeah.
Well, I guess the tax is due by the 15th. If you
So
were
they need
diligent and you filed, maybe you already got your return.
Well, we do before the end of the year is
Yeah.
where you need it.
Cool.
But we'll do one in like January, February.
Awesome.
And,
Well,
so
if you'd
we'll
like
have-
to come back on, like before those, like a week or two before those, shout out, hey, reminder, like we're throwing
Okay,
on this
cool.
big event, like here are the details, like yeah, it'd be great. And well, also recurring invite, like if something happens and you get a new grant that you want to come talk, like any time that you would like to come talk about, advertise, market, we could do this entire conversation again.
Nice.
Like for
Okay.
sure, recurring
I'd
door.
love to
It's
come
open.
back. Yeah, that's a good idea. Thank you.
That would be cool to check out that dinner. So is it like you buy like a table, or is it just tickets? You just buy a
It's
ticket
tickets.
to
They're
it?
$50 tickets. There'll also
Perfect.
be a silent auction.
Cool.
The Joe Burrow Foundation always donates something to our silent auction.
Awesome.
So those are hot items.
Yeah.
It was a huge competition at our fundraiser in August where people were just, there was many thousands of dollars came in for Joe Burrow gear.
Yeah.
It was great.
Nice.
It was fun to see.
It is pretty cool to hear too that Robin's just like pulling strings and making that's fucking awesome.
She's
to hear.
amazing.
Yeah.
I just love her to pieces. There's something magical about her way
Yeah.
and her love of what she does and what she's been called to do. Jimmy too.
Yeah.
I talk to Robin a lot more often. They're a powerful team, the two of them.
Yeah.
Powerful team. Yeah. They oversee the Joe Burrow Foundation, and they do a lot more than just 740 Rescue Kitchen.
Absolutely.
They're in Louisiana and
Yeah.
Cincinnati. They're everywhere.
Yeah.
And they have so many great contacts. So I'm so appreciative of them, and we stay in contact often.
It's awesome.
Because this is one of their babies. So yeah.
Ginger, this was incredible. I appreciated hearing, this. You mentioned, too, a separate podcast about how you got to Athens. If you would like to come back to just talk, like, you could also just come back as Ginger.
Behind the Ginger curtain?
It doesn't have to be the just 740 Food Rescue Kitchen. But, no, I mean, this was incredible. I appreciate it.
Dude, I have
all that you're doing.
stories on stories
Love
on stories.
it. I love that, yeah.
Yeah, they're not as professional as this one.
That's okay.
We'll talk.
So just real quickly, one more time for the people. So hockingcollege.com/
Rescue, yes, hocking.edu /rescue kitchen. The email is rescuekitchen@hocking.edu, and phone number is 740-753-6315.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Ginger, 740 Food Rescue Kitchen. Thanks so much.
Thank you.
Yeah. Ginger, we're back.
Yeah. So one of the things I wanted to mention was that we're doing a crockpot program for the school districts. what we will do is provide crock pots to a group of students who sign up for this. We will go into the school, or they will come to us. We haven't figured out the logistics of that yet. And we will teach them how to take a bag of food that we'll be giving them every week, rescued food, and turn it into a meal for their family.
So not only give them the food, but now also kind of like helping them.
We'll teach
prepare
them.
it. Yeah.
And what we'll be doing is, on top of in-person teaching them how to prepare this meal for their family, we will have YouTube clips of our chef preparing different foods on how to cut vegetables or how to cut meat the right way, how to stir and make a roux and make gravy, things like that. Little 30-second clips. So I'm building the YouTube channel now.
Perfect.
And we'll start rolling that out in Athens school district in September. So I'm really excited about that.
Yeah, looking forward to that.
Yeah.
Awesome. Wow, thanks so much.
Thanks.
Yeah.